Welcome to Awards Bait, the official Galaxy of Film award show podcast, where we ask ourselves, what's getting nominated this year? Joining me every other Tuesday is a roster of guest stars to help me answer that very question. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. It's been a long time, but we're back with Awards Bait. Ronnie, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be back. Happy New Year. Happy everything.
Happy
We're
New
back
Year,
at
Merry
it.
Christmas. How was your holiday season, Ronnie? I
It
haven't
was
talked to
very
you
good.
face to face.
I know. We haven't
Yeah.
talked in a while. Also
Yeah.
because I was a little under the weather.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Gotta catch up in some movies
Mhm.
and see some good stuff. Still, I know you still haven't seen Sing Sing. I still
Nope.
haven't seen The Brutalist. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully I can see Brutalist soon. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah,
Ready to
we
get going.
I saw that you had some activity on Letterboxd. That was good. I saw some good stuff. I purposely didn't talk to you about this. I wanted this to be all live on air. You saw Wicked.
Yeah, I saw. I saw Wicked. I saw my girlfriend and her friend and their husband.
Was this in the theater?
It was in theater. Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
okay.
It was at Trumbull.
Okay, nice.
And it was actually a pretty packed crowd. There was actually a lot of people there. It was. I'll give you credit. It was a pretty good movie.
Pretty good, right? Not bad.
It was pretty good. Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I think if I go see it again, I might give it a higher rating.
Yeah, it's a fun time. You keep thinking about it. And then
It is. Yeah,
it's
you're
a
right.
good time.
Because I'm also thinking it was 2 hours and 45 minutes, but
Mhm.
it really didn't feel like that. It kind of just flew by. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I'm so glad you liked it.
I agree with what you said. Like it kind of dipped in the middle a little bit, but like it still didn't like drag really. Like everything that kind of happened needed to happen.
Mhm.
And I like the way that they portray, the Wicked Witch and her evil doing, even though it's like, you made me do this.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, we're gonna blame you though, because you don't want to help us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
It's a good time, and it's better than the other musical that's getting all the acclaim. So, I would actually.
Way better.
Insane
Yeah.
it's insane to think, but like gun to my head, and it's like there's like a
easy.
musical's winning Best Picture this year. I would pick Wicked.
Oh, that's an easy. I would be upset that it has to be a musical, but yeah, it'd be pretty easy to pick
if
Wicked.
that was if like we were in that world where it's like, hey, there's a musical that's gonna win.
My girlfriend said when they go to Emerald City and there's like that sort of, they're like in movie play of them. Apparently, those two women.
Yes.
The wife in Uncut Gems. She's like the original.
Yeah,
they're the
both
original too.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I was like, it's
Broadway.
pretty clean. And I like that. I'm like, oh, I know her from Uncut Gems, and then my girlfriend's like, no, I know her as the original in the Wicked play on Broadway. And I'm like, this woman's got range.
That was like a big moment in the theater. So like when we went to go see it, and that was like,
everyone
freaked out.
saw it on Broadway. Yeah,
we had no idea, and like I knew Indina Menzel was Elphaba in the original play. I knew that.
Okay.
But I didn't know the other lady. But I was like, this, like when I saw her and I saw the other one, I'm like, this must be the two original people. So Maria and I were like, oh my god, like how cool, like they got involved, and like that was really fun. And then I found out like they kind of based like Frozen off of Wicked a little bit, and like you can see it because like they had Idina Menzel play Elsa, and it's like that's.
I was gonna say I also did not know because I haven't seen Frozen. I didn't know that she's the person in Frozen too.
Oh yeah, so you just thought you were just all Uncut Gems on that one.
I'm just like, yeah, it's good. Legitimately, I'm like, she's from Uncut Gems. That's how I know her from. She's like, I hate you. I want to slap your stupid face.
Yep.
That's all I know.
Hey, and she's a tremendous singer. So
yes, she's a very good singer. I didn't know. Again, Uncut Gems. I didn't know.
I love it. That's her. I mean, her best role is Uncut Gems still, but she's very good in Frozen and Wicked, the play. I didn't see the play with her in it, but I'm sure it was good. The original. And then we also have 3 films. We'll do our reviews and get those out of the way because they're a little brief and they're a little overdue. These are older movies now, older. But we both saw separately on our own holiday breaks, A Complete Unknown, Babygirl, and Nosferatu. I guess let's start with A Complete Unknown. I feel like we probably both have the least amount to say about that one. Um,
Yeah,
it was okay. I didn't love it. Um,
yeah, it was fun.
Better performance, you know, a fantastic performance in a solid slash okay movie.
Yeah, like there was nothing bad with it. Like there was nothing that was like awful. Like
Yeah,
why is this in the movie bad? But there was nothing like that special, and it was
yeah.
kind of like it didn't really feel like it had a point really. It was
Hmm.
kind of just like, all right, it's Bob Dylan before going electric, and it's
Yeah,
just like whatever happens happened in real life, and that's kind of it.
yeah.
I did like Johnny Cash though. I don't know why, but I liked him in
He
the
was
movie.
good. That was the guy
He
from
was good.
Logan with like the arm. That was that guy. I
Really?
just
Okay.
recognized him because I'm like, oh, James Mangold also directed Logan and Indiana Jones, and this guy was in all three of those now. So I thought that was funny.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, he was working
But
with the
yeah,
same
I
guys.
mean, yeah, you know, our boy Timothy,
Hmm.
he was good.
Yeah.
He was very good as Bob Dylan.
You
But
think
yeah,
you think you'd be cool with him winning?
um,
You think he's doing enough?
I mean, he's playing a pretty good Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
think that should really get it
Even
because the
without
movie just
seeing Brutalist, you still feel like, yeah,
well,
he's
yeah, I do want to see. I still think because I've heard that's very good. Also, I didn't know like in a quick aside that the
mm.
Brutalist that he plays like a Hungarian guy, and I'm Hungarian or my descent is
Uh,
Hungarian partially.
I think he's.
So I didn't,
I was unclear
cause that's what
about.
it says. He's from Budapest or something like that. He like
Yes, he
immigrates
is.
in
Mhm.
Budapest. Yeah, he's Hungary. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, but no,
yeah.
I don't think he should win it. I mean, it was fine. It was a good performance, but it wasn't like, oh, there's no way I could see anyone else doing this role.
Hmm.
Like he did a good job, but I feel like you could have kind of put any other kind of young white actor and it would have been fine.
Yeah,
Maybe not as good, but it would have been fine.
I definitely thought like I was talking to a mutual friend of ours the other day about A Complete Unknown
Who was
and
that?
Ben,
Okay.
and he had said, and Devin, they both were we were all on the same page of like in the trailer he looked like, it was just Salome, like just doing nothing, but then in the movie he actually is doing a solid job.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I
yeah.
remember when I saw the trailer, when we all saw the trailer, I was just kind of like I don't like, he's just always the same. And then like, but then every time I see the trailer with Chalamet, I'm like, yeah, like I don't buy it. And then he like sells me in the movie, like every time.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
like
Well,
Dune, I was
there's
like,
that.
nah, but
Oh,
then he's killed it.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He kind of. I was gonna say like he got me when he did like that first performance with Jonah Baez, seeing him
yeah,
in like the little
that was good.
bar. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, like, he's Bob Dylan.
yeah,
Because obviously he starts off, he's like, all right, nice to meet you, and he's doing like his young Bob Dylan
yeah.
voice, and he's trying to, he sees what's his name in the like hospital,
Hmm.
but he's kind
Yeah,
of, I mean, he's like our modern day like Leonardo. Like Leo is probably like, I mean, he was a good actor, but he kind of played like the same kind of roles it felt like in the beginning.
yeah. I do think Chalamet is like diversifying a lot more quickly than
Yeah,
DiCaprio
which is
did.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
like especially with Dune and like you're doing Bob Dylan and he did Don't Look Up. Like he's playing
yeah,
Don't Look Up. I wish there was more of Don't Look Up Timothy because he was like just he was just having fun.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's like I
I
want to
agree. I
buy
think
these
like
glasses.
Wonka, he was kind of silly and fun, which I also really
Okay,
liked.
I have to see
Yeah,
Wonka.
Wonka's like nothing great, but like he was,
I know, but I want to see Timothy in it if he's having a
yeah,
good time.
he was having a good time. Yeah, he was having a good time in that. And he's just like whimsical and fun and musical
Yeah,
and whatever. Um, but yeah, solid. Whatever, not great. I
yeah,
liked Ed
yeah,
Norton as well. He was a little silly.
yeah. He was good in it. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was silly.
I
Yeah,
liked
no,
him.
to Cleo Unknown's fine. You should
Yeah,
still go see it if you want to, get the full
and
awards picture
yeah,
sort of.
and it's like one of the ones for some reason. Like the movie's fine in my opinion. It is racking up nominations. So yeah, if you
Jeez.
have any interest in like following the award season, probably definitely Complete Unknown should be at the top of your list. Next up, Babygirl, probably not a big awards front runner. I think,
Yeah.
especially after seeing it, like originally I was like, I saw the trailer, I'm like, yeah, this could maybe get a Best Actress nomination. After seeing it, um, I don't know. I liked her in it. I think like if the movie gets anything, it will be a nomination for Nicole Kidman. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I don't know. I didn't love it. You like this more than me. I wanna hear your thoughts.
I kind of well yeah again this is something I saw my girlfriend but I
Yeah,
was kind
yeah,
of like this is a fun time like I
yeah.
didn't mind it I wasn't like upset I could definitely like if I saw that again I'd probably be like this is a waste of my time but
Mm,
you know I saw it was fine
yeah.
some of the cinematography was really good some of it like some of the
Yes.
like landscape shots I was like wow this is really good and then
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of it almost cuts back to like generic and that's probably why it almost feels better because it's like just such a generic like when the people are talking but then when there's like a landscape shot I'm like this is really good looking um yeah not much to say it was
Yeah.
fine
Yeah, the
I kind
dynamic
of
was
joked
interesting, but
yeah I kind of joked to my girlfriend I was like see they need communication if she just said it from the beginning and he listened she wouldn't have had this whole side tangent.
yeah. It was a whole thing. There was a whole lot of like I don't know, like I was confused by the motivation of everything, and I was just like I don't really know what we're doing here, and like or like why like, and there was a lot of like unresolved shit on her end for sure, um,
Yeah.
but like I was just like I remember like Maria really didn't like it, and we were sitting next to a guy who was just like by himself,
Oh.
and just a lot of like heavy breathing, and we were like,
Was he like a big guy?
no.
Oh, so
Well,
that's even
that's
worse
he's
because
like
it's
I'm like, oh,
because you
you're
know
into
his
this stuff.
body. Yeah, because like his body is not trying to make up for his largeness. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there like all thin, like.
I mean, he wasn't like thin, like, but he was not. He
Oh yeah,
wasn't
no,
like.
you wasn't. Well, you got to be big if you're breathing heavy. Like you can't be
He was
breathing
breathing.
heavy if
Yeah,
you're
and then
not
he
like
was like
big.
inhaling popcorn, and like we're just like, dude, what are you? This is a weird look.
Yeah,
Um,
the point you make is I didn't even think about motivation because if you think about like she's been a CEO or whatever for probably like 20 years, like she hasn't
yeah,
come across another dominant male figure in her life
yeah,
in this industry.
it was
Like this is the
strange.
first guy. I don't know.
And
Yeah, but you
communication
make a good
again, like
point.
you just talk to your husband, like talk to Puss in Boots. He's a nice guy. He's a good dude.
Yeah, my girl. Yeah, Hillary was like, that's Puss in Boots." I was like,
It is.
"Oh, okay." I
I
didn't
said
know. I didn't
Maria and I were like,
know.
oh, no, there he is. Let's see. Because he's like, I want to have sex with you now. And it's like, wow.
And
All
she's
right.
like under the bed sheets, like, "I
I
don't
want to
want
hide
to
under
do
the
it."
pillow. I want to hide behind the
Yeah.
pillow. And then he's like, I want to
And you're
see
like,
your face when
what
I
is your
love.
problem? You have two children.
Pray for mercy from Puss. It was. All right.
Um,
Well, that's how you know
it
we've been
was
gone for a while.
yeah, it
While we're dicking
was
around.
yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
I liked it more than you, but I can see why you didn't like it, and I'm not
I
gonna
didn't
blame you.
know. I don't know. I think I was expecting a
Well,
lot
not
different.
obviously
Yeah.
not like it, but you probably expected yeah, especially because you know it's A24.
Yeah.
I mean, it
That's that.
was still well made, but
Yeah.
it was like not it wasn't any like kind of interesting twist that A24 usually has.
Yeah.
It still had like its A24 sort of feel, but it
Hmm.
was just, like nothing special really
Hmm.
happened.
Yeah. And then last but not least, A24 vibes, but not A24.
Yeah,
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Robert Eggers' fourth film. I really liked it a lot. I think it's like one of my favorites of last year. Um, saw it right at the end of the year, right around Christmas
Hmm.
time. Um, really enjoyed it. Had a good time. I was initially kind of like, I don't know about the way Orlok looks, but I ended up really liking that by the end.
Hmm.
Um, I remember like for whatever reason, when I first saw it, I saw this alone the first time, and then I went again with Maria to see it again. And I remember when I first watched it, I was like, "Oh, this is like, about to end." And I didn't check my phone. Like I made sure I was like, I want to be like in this. Like I want to watch this and like love it and whatever. Because like I
Yeah.
love Robert Eggers and like he's always a big hit for me. Like every time. Um, and this was no different. And like but I was watching it and like everything was happening like the whole like first act and I'm like, all right, like whatever. I thought I was further into the movie than I was. So like they're like once he like comes spoilers, once he comes to the town and like he
Yeah,
brings
you
the
thought it
plague and
was gonna
everything,
wrap up.
I was like, oh, we're going to end on like some bullshit cliffhanger. Um,
Mm.
and I was nervous because I was like, oh, he's gonna come to the town and like what it's gonna end. Um, and then like it like didn't, and then it just like has like a wonderful like whole finale to it, and I'm like, oh great. Like I don't know why I've been so cheated lately by like episodic film and TV, where it's like
Hmm.
every time I watch something, I'm always like Wicked or whatever. Like I'm waiting for the fucking big to be continued screen, and I'm like, oh,
Mm.
Nosferatu. I don't know why. Like that's how
You thought it was
fucked
gonna be
my
like
head
that?
was. I thought it was gonna like end with like some like bullshit. Like I
Yeah.
was nervous, but then I'm like, of course not. Like it's Robert Eggers. Like he's making a complete
Yeah.
full film, and then
Hmm.
sure enough, it ends wonderfully, and I was like, oh great. Um, and I really liked all the performers in it. Like I thought Lily Rose Depp did a great job. I was actually like, hot take. I think Anya Taylor Joy was supposed to do this originally. I'm glad she
Mm.
didn't. I think like I like seeing something different from someone new.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this Anya Taylor Joy. I kind of like know what she would have done with this.
Hmm.
Like I say that, but like I don't know her. But like I've seen her do this kind of thing before. And I'm glad that like someone else got to try because it's like, and
Yeah.
she's like, I liked her. I liked her a lot. And, I like Nicholas Holt. He was in it more than I thought he was going to be. Like, I was
Hmm.
like, oh, he's probably going to tap out pretty soon. Um, Aaron Taylor Johnson, I was waiting for him to be an asshole, and he wasn't. Like, he just
Yeah.
kept, like, he's like, all this shit is happening to his family, and he's just like, I let you live in my house. Like, you're being so fucking crazy. I'm cool with it, but, like, just, can you stop? And like you're just waiting for him to like hit her, and you're like, hey man, you've got some ground here. Like I like you're keeping my kids up at night. You're scaring the shit out of everybody. You're fucking
Yeah.
tweaking out every night. You know, as Keith and Fred would say, she's tweaking in her seat. You know what I'm saying? So those are my thoughts on
Oh
Nosferatu.
God.
Ronnie, what did you think of Nosferatu?
I I didn't like it as much as you did. I really liked the first act. I really liked the first act. I thought like I kind of thought the whole movie was gonna be like that, where it's just like
Yeah,
we're just like okay, we're moving, like things are just happening. It's like things are just happening that don't make any sense. But I really liked it. I liked that first act a lot, where it's just like, all right, we gotta go to this guy's house and sell him, real estate in our town.
yeah,
And he just goes off, he's venturing off. He goes to like a Northman village, and it's just like all these crazy. And Robert Eggers is so good at like getting, and it must be like he's so good at getting specific culture stuff.
yeah,
Like you just have the sort of village and you have all these people there and it just feels like so real. And he goes and gets the room in that like inn and it's like there's like 20 people in this room and you're like I felt like I was in that room with like just a dank light and just like feeling terrible. You got this old woman coming up to him talking about, Nosferatu in the castle nearby and like trying to tell him not to go. I was like, this is so clean. And he goes to the castle and it's just like Orlok talking in
the
that
whole thing
voice.
was
And you're
good.
just like,
Yeah,
you just see him in the distance in the shadow and you're like, oh God, what is this? And you can see him, Nicholas, I forgot the real
Nicholas
character's name,
Holt. Yeah,
but you see him sweating. He's just like, all right, he's like, call me Lord. He's like, oh, okay, Lord. And then he has like this like, fever dream of just like dealing with that. And I was like, this is pretty clean. I hope the whole movie's like this.
yeah.
And then
Beginning
he
is a
kind
lot
of
stronger. I agree.
and then it kind of like slows down. You get a lot of stuff. And this is where I don't know. For me, it kind of got like really convoluted where it's just like the wife's not feeling good. And then
Mm.
it's just like cutting back and forth between the guy who was like at the office that sent Nicholas Holtz off. And it's just like a lot of this that didn't really feel like that was necessary with the guy. Like it was fine having showing him that he was like obviously evil.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like stuff with him. And then the wife was like fine and then not fine. And then Nosferatu comes and then the other like you said, Aaron Taylor Johnson, his family just dies. Spoilers.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I feel so bad for him, and he just dies with them.
Yeah.
I like the ending though. I like the conclusion of like I have to sacrifice myself to save everyone else.
Hmm.
And I like the sort of I don't know if it's CGI, but probably CGI of like him dying and all the blood just coming out of his
Yeah.
body. Yeah, I liked it. Again, Robert Eggers is great. Obviously, we both love the Northman,
Hmm.
and I got Northman vibes from the beginning when he goes to that village, and it's just like
Yeah.
scary. But it feels like things were really like the fast pace worked for the first act because you're like I don't know what's going on and it's all new,
Hmm.
but then it kind of kept going, and it was just like I don't know. I don't know if I just got lost in the sauce or just like too convoluted, but it felt like really like a lot of back and forth, and it felt like it was dragging by the end. Because like, all
Yeah,
right, Orlok's in town, and it's just like another 45 minutes of that, and I'm like, oh, can we just like get
I
to the
think maybe
conclusion?
that's why I thought it was ending because I felt like the pace of it was like
Yeah,
because then it does kind of hit a wall. Like I don't
yeah.
disagree with you. Yeah,
And again, I do like the ending. I feels like there was like it feels like literally like there was like 40 minutes of stuff we could have cut
yeah.
out, and
Oh,
it's already feeling like really fast paced. Like
yeah,
I don't know. I again, I like Robert Eggers. Again, this is I still like it, but I'm just
yeah.
like, man, The Northman was just so much
I
better.
know. I agree. I'm not gonna let us move on without talking about Defoe.
Oh, Defoe was great at it. I
He was
loved him.
wonderful. I
He's
loved him a
playing with
lot.
cats all the time,
He
just
and
acting
all the
weird.
rats too. And then
Oh yeah.
he had so many. I remember like when I first saw it, I didn't even get to like tell you about it, but he was like I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but he had some lines where I'm like, God damn, that's fucking
Oh yeah,
amazing.
there was some
Like
again, I
he had
forgot
like
now.
something like like oh the Grim Reaper's scythe swipes like or something like that. Like he had like a line like that about like they're like standing there at like Aaron Taylor Johnson's like family's funeral, and then he's like he says something like that, and I'm like that's sick. Like that's what an
Oh, I like
amazing
the scene
thing
where
to say.
he's pouring the gasoline, he lights it, and it's
Oh
just
yeah,
so like
just
he's
going
just
off.
like this with like the torches. I'm like,
Yep,
dude, Willem Dafoe always just knows how to.
he
He knows
delivers.
exactly what he needs to do.
Yep.
Always delivers.
Yep.
Again, we've talked about Willem Dafoe
He
already,
was our whole last
but
episode, our entire
but we
the whole
we
ending
he is just so good.
every time.
He knew again. You know when he's in a movie, you're like he's gonna kill it. He's gonna be exactly what you need him to be. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
great.
and
There
didn't
there
know.
was
Yeah.
I was gonna say there was something with cats in the movie, but I didn't dive deep enough into it because obviously when you see Willem Dafoe, he's playing with some cats, and at the
Yep.
end after Orlok's killed, it's cats gone again. So I wonder if there's some allegory with like the because obviously when the boat comes over with
Hmm.
Orlok's body, it's like oh it's a plague boat.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something with like the cats repelling the mice or the rats that would have the plague. I don't know how old
Hmm.
like the Nosferatu story because I know it's based off Dracula, but I don't know how old the Nosferatu sort of alternate sort of path is off Dracula because maybe it's like an allegory like the Black Plague with the
I don't
cat
know. It was like
and like
1922. It came out originally.
yeah, but I don't know how old like the actual Nosferatu story is
Well, the
compared.
Nosferatu story is just Dracula. So
Yeah,
they
without the
yeah
copyright. Yeah,
yeah they just made that movie to like get out of not having, you know what I
yeah,
mean, like to not have it be Dracula or whatever.
yeah. I just thought maybe it's just like an old tale
Hmm.
like about the Black Plague and maybe Nosferatu. I know knowing that it's like a ripoff of Dracula, but maybe it
Right.
was like part of it's like it's gonna be part of this instead of just
They're
a straight
cherry
up
picking
vampire.
other things. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably what's happening.
But there's something with the cats because at the end, after Orlok's dead, Willem Dafoe, there's a cat there and he like picks up and starts petting it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. No.
good enough time.
Good
I would
time.
say still watch it.
Hmm. Definitely would recommend. It is. I think it's coming to streaming pretty soon, which sucks
Oh
because they
God,
don't
I hate
like
that.
making money. But
I hate that
whatever.
because also it's like $20 and it's like
Yeah.
you just want me to pirate this, don't you?
Oh, speaking of, let me do it now before we move
Real
on
quick,
to
yeah,
our
real quick.
our main topic here with the Golden Globe winners, the SAG nominations, the DGA nominations, and the BAFTA nominations. Sing Sing is back in theaters, and
Oh, it's back or it's in
yeah,
theaters for the first time.
I think it's back, but like it might as well have just been for the first time, but it might as well not even be back because it's playing for one fucking week at 5:30 p.m. only in my local theater.
Yeah,
So what am I
that's
gonna do,
terrible.
Ronnie? What am I? Do you know? And you know what I realized? I read a headline the other day. They're playing it in prisons too. So I think I would have a better chance seeing this film if I was in jail.
It's in jail.
If I was in jail right now, I would have a better opportunity and like
Oh my God.
time to see this movie. Because now I gotta. Because now we were just looking at the showtimes before we hit record here. I
Uh-huh.
have to go. I have to on my day
You have
off
to.
go
Hmm.
on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. to see this.
Because Thursday it's gone.
Because Thursday's gone, or at least it's not listed yet, but it's gonna be gone. You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like I don't like.
I don't understand. Yeah.
I can't, and I gotta watch new releases, and I gotta watch the other Oscar films that are now expanding, and then I gotta double back
Yeah.
to this movie that came out in July.
What's how I feel about The Brutalist. I want to watch that too.
But
You got lucky and
at
saw it.
least that's like coming out. Like it's like
I
this
know. Yeah, to
this
be
shit.
fair, yeah,
Like
yeah.
the
Six
Brutalist
Six been
didn't
out
come out
since
in
2023.
literally, and like it came out
Yeah,
in July for 15 minutes, and then
at just Lincoln Center,
like
Lincoln
yeah,
Square.
Lincoln
Yeah,
Square, and then now it's in my local theater, like around here.
one, only
One,
one. Yeah,
one single one, and it's one showtime a day until next week. Like I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I guess I could just
you gotta
go.
go down. You gotta take a day off from work, go down to New
I
York
gotta
City,
call out, and then
and
I gotta
waste your
go at
entire day.
5:30.
Yeah.
That's my life. This is what I have to do. And then Nickel Boys is out now. I want to see that too. And like all
hmm
these movies are coming out, and they're all
Well, like I
expanding.
said, if we wrap this up quick, we can go
Ten
after
oh
at 10
five. Jesus
o'clock.
Christ, I'm not going. I'm not going tonight. It's too late. But I will go. I will go very. I do want to go, and I will go very soon.
Yeah,
Um, we'll figure it out. We'll go together. We'll have a good
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
But then I also saw Last Showgirl, and I also saw Juror Number Two, which is also Nicholas Hoult. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and both I don't think. I mean, I'll talk about Last Showgirl more when we get to the nominations because it is surprisingly present. So I'll mention it.
Okay.
Juror Number Two was good, but like not gonna happen. I don't think. But
Yeah.
I do one thing I did last season on Awards Bait was an in memoriam episode. I did it with Naima. I think I would like to bring it back, and we'll do it again this time around after like the nominations for the Oscars come out. By the way, we should mention it. The Oscar nominations are not out yet. They were supposed to come out yesterday. We're recording this on Saturday, the 18th. They were supposed to come out yesterday. They were pushed back to, I believe, next Sunday. Or
Jeez,
next
okay.
Friday, excuse me, due to the California fires. So,
hmm
yeah, hope everybody's okay and everything's going okay for everybody there. But yeah, we'll just have to wait on those Oscar noms for now. So that'll be in our next episode. But for this episode, it worked out because we have so much to catch up on anyway.
Yeah.
That we'll just put it on the back burner. So yeah, so moving forward now, we have the Golden Globe. Oh, David Lynch also passed away. I don't know if we want to mention that.
Yeah, that's very sad. I saw that. I was like, oh, that's kind of
Yeah,
a bummer.
yeah,
I know, I know, I know. Will Kish, who's
he likes him.
he
Yeah,
likes him a lot. Yeah, because he likes Eraserhead.
yeah.
Eraserhead's really
Eraser's good.
weird. I saw something on Twitter about like, oh, you should start here, and depending on how you feel about it, it's like you can go down to Eraserhead or go, I think, to Twin Peaks. And
Mm,
I've always wanted to watch Twin Peaks
me too.
because I've heard Twin Peaks is very weird but also really good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think the starting movie was Blue Velvet. I
Mm-hmm.
think from there it's like you go to Twin Peaks and then like
I
Mullen
see.
Hill Drive or
Mulholland Drive.
whatever
Yeah.
that one,
Hmm.
or you go to like Eraserhead and then like Dune or like even weirder.
Yeah. Some of those are
I've
not
seen
like.
Dune though. I've seen the
I've seen
original
Dune.
Dune.
Yep. I saw Dune.
It's
I saw
it's
Eraserhead. I think that's it. And I saw the Fablemans.
oh yeah 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 yeah
That was the
yep
best.
yeah yeah. I love that. He's just screaming at him. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's like, where's the landscape? Where is it? He's like,
If you
oh,
put the horizon in the
yeah,
middle,
oh, the
it's
horizon,
boring
horizon.
as shit. If you
Yeah,
put it in the top, it's interesting.
you put at
And
the
if you
bottom, it's
can
interesting.
believe it, it's
It's
Friday
well,
once
I
again.
got sad because it was Thursday when he passed, and I was like, we're not gonna
Ah,
get a Friday. We're not gonna get one more Friday.
was he still doing it? Like,
I think he was still doing it. Yeah,
oh man, that sucks.
yeah. He was
Yeah,
a great
yeah, one of the greats.
because he was like full on just like I'm gonna do movies. I'm gonna do TV.
Yeah,
He's a guy that would not be picky
no,
about doing stuff. He would just do it
yeah. If he
because it
liked
was
it, he did it.
also he got lucky because a lot of his stuff was like his own ideas. Feels like,
That's good.
especially Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't like Scorsese where he's just picking off all other people's stories,
yeah.
and he had his own unique vision. So I mean, you gotta give him like credit. Like again, Dune was not like his
Yeah.
story or his vision
I think he
exactly.
hated it. So
Yeah, he says he hated it,
yeah,
but man, I mean again, I'm saying it like I didn't love Eraserhead, but like you gotta appreciate like this guy's got a voice and he
that's where he
can tell his own
started.
vision.
So
Yeah,
he only got better from
so
there, I'm sure. Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, sad about that.
yeah.
But
It's
life goes on.
terrible. It's I'm glad he was able to, you know, have a voice in cinema, and I do want to go
Yeah.
back and watch all these now, especially after his passing. And
Yeah, especially Twin Peaks, because apparently,
yeah,
like, he made that show and then, like, did like a movie or two and then did another show like 30 years later. And it's like,
yeah, the
Jesus, he loved
revival
this
or
idea.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then,
it's
and on the little graph I saw, they said, like, oh, this might be like the best of David Lynch is this final season or this final like section of Twin Peaks
Mm,
25 years later. And I'm like, Jesus,
that's
okay.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's wonderful. Rest in peace, David Lynch. We
Yeah.
will have to watch more of your films for sure. But
Hmm.
getting back to our main topic today, we're going to go over the Golden Globe winners. We'll start there, and then we'll go to SAG nominations, and then we'll briefly touch on the DGA and BAFTA nominations. But starting off here with the Golden Globe winners, this is probably, by the way, the Golden Globes show was pretty good. It was what's her name? Shit. Uh, Nikki Glazer. She was
Oh, the
the
Glazer, yeah.
host. She did a pretty good job. I liked her a lot. I think last year Joe Coy did it and it was horrible. So this
Mm.
year she had her work cut out for her for sure, but she did a good job and the show itself was entertaining. I watched the whole thing. I don't usually do that, so last year I don't think I did it at all, and this year I did watch it. So good show. Really great speeches as well. I really loved. I mean, we'll get into it, but best motion picture drama, The Brutalist won. Um,
Very good.
this I saw Brutalist the day after the Golden Globes, so I was going into the Brutalist with some heat, and I was
Yeah.
excited. And it lived up. So the nominees there were A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part Two, Nickel Boy, September 5, and then of course The Brutalist. So I think I mean, we've seen all these. I mean, me, I've seen The Brutalist, but neither of us have seen Nickel Boys or September 5 either. So I
Hmm.
can't speak on those, but of the category, I do think The Brutalist is my favorite. Oh no, Dune Part Two. But
Yeah.
as far as
Oh, it's a
Oscars
Doom Part
and
Two, but
awards
in
go,
terms of like recognition, you said
yeah,
Brutalist.
and
You're
awards and
kind of on the
everything too. Like I
yeah,
see the narrative for The Brutalist more so than Dune.
yeah.
Best motion picture, musical, or comedy was Emilia Perez. So that looks like it's going to be the big talk of the town. This film.
What a like best motion picture drama versus like musical or
Yeah,
comedy. What a like what a stark, just like horrible like it's like you're falling off Mount Everest with
I
this.
know, and I
Like,
liked it when we saw it, but like like at this point, I'm not even exaggerating. This is the worst movie in this category, and it
yeah,
won, and it won.
literally just because it's like a trans rights movie, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
No,
that should not be why it's winning because it's not a good movie.
it's
Like,
and it's
it's not.
also like I was watching a lot more videos about this, and I don't want to get like super political and crazy on here, but like
Yeah.
this movie, like it it treats it in a really strange way, where it's like she becomes Emilia Perez, and then it's
Yeah.
just like I didn't do any of the things that I did when I was a man. Like now I don't have to pay for any of my
Oh,
consequences, and it's like, well, that's not what we should be doing here. You know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? Like
Okay,
that's
yeah. I didn't think
fucking
about that.
wild.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it either. And like I was watching a bunch of
yeah.
videos about it, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty problematic, huh? Like that's a little fucked.
Again, this is a movie that was. It's not like worthy of being in any awards, anything. It's just not. It's not that level of a movie.
Yeah.
It's just not that good.
And then you
Again,
have like
at the most, at the climax of the movie, we were laughing
we were laughing.
at a death
Say
scene.
it.
We were laughing.
Who died?
Huh?
Let's ruin it. Go ahead. Fuck
Oh
this movie.
yeah.
Selena Gomez flies off a cliff with her like histress. What is it? What do you call? What do you? What's the word? What would you say? Like her affair partner. The
I guess
guy.
so.
What the
Yeah.
hell's his name? I know the actor. I
Doesn't
mean, to
even
be fair,
matter.
she thinks her husband died, so she's not cheating. She's moving on. Um,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
so I don't remember his name. But that guy, she's
Yeah.
with her man, and then
Yeah.
they drive off a cliff, and then they explode in the car, and we laughed
It's
so
literally
fucking
like
hard.
SpongeBob. It's literally
It
like
was
they drive off the cliff, the car sits there, and then after like a few seconds it explodes. It's like this is literally just like SpongeBob.
it's a slapstick comedy. Like it's insane. Uh,
It's just
yeah,
again, there's way better ideas and voices that could tell a story like this.
yeah,
And I think it could be so much like better artistically done in terms of like the actual plight of someone going through something like this.
yeah,
And it's kind of just like, all right, I changed. And like you mentioned, I didn't even think about all the things I used to do shouldn't be brought up, and I'm just gonna live my life. And it's like there's a whole like other side to this story of like the journey of like changing and
Mm-hmm.
actually like dealing with
Accepting
changing,
consequence. Yeah.
and maybe not consequence per se, but
Yeah.
in this case, it's in this movie, so we have to bring it up. I meant in the movie, like I had mentioned, like I could see the vision of like a movie where it's like it shows someone who's like pre-18 age-ish, like
Yeah.
17, going from being like I'm gonna change genders
Mm-hmm.
and into seeing them before and after. And it's told in a much more like artistic way as opposed to something like this that just feels like a slop of just like a block not blockbuster, but just feels like a nothing kind of movie.
It's just like it's the whole thing is just kind of icky and weird. Like the whole thing. And it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like the music, like you come on and like I liked it when we watched it, and I still don't like hate it. Like I don't hate it. I
I
see a,
don't hate it.
I think it
I
needs
just
to
get
be
annoyed.
nominated. I think that's fine. Like, but like to win for
Yeah,
it to be winning is insane.
yeah,
For it to be winning
yeah.
so much and to have the amount of things that it's winning, which is all here. The Golden Globes awarded this movie so much. I don't want the other bodies to follow suit because like it's it would be if it wins Best Picture at the Oscars, it would be the
Oh my
worst
God,
movie to ever win Best Picture. Like worst
probably.
movie. I think so. In my time of like covering the Oscars and everything, I think so.
Yeah.
Like that's how like fine the movie is. Like
I
honestly.
hope we don't. I hope that doesn't happen.
I
I'm
hope
gonna be
not
really
either.
upset if
I
that
think it won't.
happens.
I think the Golden Globes really just liked this a lot, and that's why this
Yeah.
got a lot.
I
But
mean,
like,
what were the other what other categories? I mean, what were the other movies for musical or comedy? Yeah,
so A
Wicked in
Real
there.
Pain, Honora,
Real Pain.
Challengers, which also doesn't make sense. The Substance and Wicked. I would have rathered any of those other five to win this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, you're right. It literally is the
Literally any
worst
of
in this
them.
category.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
worst.
literally, literally any other one I would have been like, that's acceptable.
And there's
Still
like
not as good as the Brutalist, but fine.
no, yeah, and there's stories behind all those winning as well. Like A Real Pain, it's like
Yeah,
you could be like, oh, Jesse Eisenberg, like is it making a comeback? Honora, like that movie's just tremendous. Challengers,
Tucker's
like
like breakthrough movie. Like
yeah,
he's broke through.
yeah, exactly. Like Challengers, yeah, exactly. Same thing there. The Substance, like the little movie that could, like it just
I
kept
know it's
going.
a horror movie.
Yeah, and it's like this body, and we'll talk about it later. But Demi Moore won, and it's like, and then Wicked,
Yeah,
like that movie was like the talk of the town for so long, and like
yeah,
the fact that it works as well as it does is also really
yeah.
amazing. Uh,
Again, like you had me being like, this is a part one, it's two
yeah,
hours and 45 minutes, and I actually came up being
and
like,
you
it's
liked
actually
it,
pretty good.
and you
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Yeah,
And then you have this movie. Yeah, it's just it makes me
it's
sad.
just weird. It's just like why are you? Again, it goes back to what. So another thing we were going to talk about in the news that I'll come back to now. Um, there was a tweet that came out where someone kind of exposed the Oscars as like, you know, awarding Friends and not so much like people are not finishing The Brutalist, people are not watching all of this movie, or like they think the substance is too weird, whatever the case may be, and they're just awarding the movie where like they know the most people or like they have the most
Yeah, so
friends.
it was something I saw on Twitter, and
Yeah.
it was like a retweet of the Vanity thing where
Mhm.
they're like, are the Oscars voters finishing The Brutalist? He says some voters admit they didn't get to it or didn't finish it, citing its demanding
Fucked.
runtime. It could explain why supporting actress hopeful Felicity Jones hasn't gained more traction. And then someone
Mhm.
retweeted saying, I worked for an Oscar voter. I asked them how they had time to watch all their screenings. They said they didn't. I said, how do you know what to vote for then? They said they vote for whatever their friends worked on. So
So there you go.
it kind of shows a sad side of
The
the
awards.
people voting for the Oscars and they're just like voting for their buddies to win it rather than what's actually best.
Yeah, I mean that sucks and it's a hard truth, but um
I mean, yeah, I mean to be fair, like if there was a whole bunch of movies that I haven't seen and I saw and you're nominated in something, I'd be like, I'm just gonna vote for Jake's.
yeah, like I get that too, but it's yeah, but I mean
I know, but yeah, to be fair, if your job is to like be watching
be
these movies and
unbiased.
be in
Yeah.
and you're like in Hollywood, like
Yeah.
well, you don't have time to watch movies. Like, are you that
That's
not
all you should be
are you
doing.
that privileged to like yeah, that's like all you should be doing. I'm like, yeah, yeah,
I love it. Um,
yeah.
Best motion picture animated. Surprise winner here was Flow. I haven't seen this yet, but it's like that little cat movie. Um,
Okay.
I heard it's very good. So not mad at this win at all, but I really did think the Wild Robot was like the winner. But okay,
Yeah, the winner.
this was
Yeah.
like a big upset that night, so pretty surprising. Um, moving forward, best motion picture non-English language,
Yeah, ridiculous.
another one
Half the
there.
half the movie's in English, first of
Yeah,
all.
right. And then I heard
If I,
I'm
if I,
Still Here is tremendous, and that didn't win, so whatever.
is that for Wales foreign?
That's another one nominated in this category. And I heard that, and that actress was nominated for one of the acting categories. So another case to be made where potentially that could have won. And I believe All We Imagine Is Light, which is another nominee here, the director of that got nominated for best director. So you have a case to be made for other films winning besides Emilia Perez, which is from France for some reason. So whatever. Oh, and then here we go. Next category was best performance by a female actor in a motion picture drama, and it was Fernanda Torres from I'm Still Here. So haven't seen that one. I do need to check it out. It's on my list, as well as the other cat. I haven't seen Lee in this category with Kate Winslet, and I haven't seen The Room Next Door with Tilda Swinton.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't
Yeah.
seen those. I did see The Last Showgirl from Pamela Anderson. She was very good in it. I think that movie is just a little. Same thing with Maria. Like I feel like it just kind of came and went in a way. Like
Yeah.
I do think The Last Showgirl is good, but whatever, it is what it is. Best performance by a male actor in a motion picture drama. That was Adrian Brody for The Brutalist.
Mm-hmm.
Saw everything here except for Sing Sing. I think you saw every. Oh no, you didn't see The Apprentice. Or Queer.
No, I didn't get to see The
Damn.
Apprentice.
Damn, Ron.
Yeah, I gotta see Queer.
It's
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, so you did see Sing Sing though, which I'll have to check out on Wednesday. Otherwise, I will not see it.
Just
So
not see it. Yeah.
just not see it at all. And that's at this point I gotta accept that. But Adrian Brody was the winner. I do
That's
think
good.
he was. I think my favorite. I haven't seen Sing Sing yet, but he was great. I think it's his Oscar to lose at this point. It's between him and Chalamet probably, but
Yeah. Coleman Domingo was good in Sing Sing,
Yeah.
but he kind of played a more like he had one sort of like scene that's like okay they're gonna show this at the Oscars maybe, but it was a much more
Yeah.
like subdued sort of role
mm,
for the most of the movie.
I see. Well, yeah, I'm and same thing. Like Adrian Brody is similar, but like he's got a couple of really incredible moments.
Yeah.
And like he carries that how fucking long that movie is. He carries the whole thing. It's insane. Like that's a daunting task. 3.5 hours.
But
Good
but there's an
Lord.
intermission which is nice.
There's a tremendous intermission, and I really appreciated that. And it broke it
How
up.
long
and
is
made
it?
The intermission's 15 minutes.
Is that part of the runtime? So is it really like 3
Yeah,
hours and
the
15
movie's
minutes?
yeah
Okay.
3 hours 20 minutes, and then like the intermission is like it literally. So like the way the intermission works is there's like a moment in the movie where I don't want to say it gets hype because that's stupid, but it kind of gets hype, and there's it's like oh shit like something's about to happen, and then like it goes to the intermission, and there's like a picture of like it's like an old timey looking picture of like the lead Adrian Brody and like his family like at the
Yeah.
wedding or whatever
Yeah.
like him and his wife's wedding. It's like one of those like like a group photo of them, and then it's like an intermission, and then it's like it says intermission, and then there's a timer up top. So it's like a 15-minute timer. And then during the intermission though, I was like, fuck, I'm falling asleep. So like because
Yeah, you gotta wake up. Yeah.
I came off of like I think I worked early that day. And then I was driving to the Jacob Burns Center in Pleasantville,
Yeah.
New York, which I plugged on the LFG. If you haven't listened, by the way, we did do a review for The Brutalist, me and another guy named Jake, actually. So check that out after this episode if you are interested to hear our thoughts on The Brutalist in full. That was fun. It was like our first time really covering like an awards film outside of like the main show. So had a good time with that. But
I'm
but
ordering
yeah,
my Brutalist ticket now
tremendous,
for
amazing.
Saturday.
Yeah,
It's,
I
I
hope
was
you have a
telling
good time.
Jake, jokingly, this is gonna take 5 hours out of my day
Yep.
because I'm gonna
It
get
will.
there at 12:30. It's gonna be 23 minutes of trailer, so the movie's gonna
Yep.
start at 1,
hmm
and then from 1 to 4:30 is the runtime, and I'm gonna get back home at 5. So it's legitimately gonna be like a 5-hour journey to watch this movie.
It's so good though. And then like, but so I was driving to the theater, and I was like, I'm tired, and like, this is long, this movie. So
Hmm.
I make it through the first half. I was like, I nodded off like at one part, and I was like, all right, like this is like I need to lock in. The other thing was it was fully sold out because this was like an early showing technically, so
Hmm.
I'm sitting there like elbow to elbow with people like, and they're not recliners, so I'm like I'm in this with these
Ooh.
people. Yeah, so I was like
Yeah.
it was tough for 4 hours. Like damn. Um, and I go in during the intermission, like, well, I'll go to the bathroom and there's like a big line, whatever. I'm splashing water on my face, and I'm like, I walk outside into the brisk night, and I'm like, I need to watch this. Like, I've been waiting for this for so long to watch this movie, and I need to wake up, and it worked. It was fine. Like, I think there might have been some more moments in the second act that had me nodding off, but for the most part, I was up. Um, but yeah, great experience, great film. I'm excited for you to see it, Ronnie, and we will talk more about it on the show. And I'm very excited because that's like the big one this year,
Yeah.
I think. Um,
Hmm.
moving on, we have best performance by a female actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Amy Adams in Night Bitch, which I watched right before the Golden Globes, and it wasn't good. Cynthia Erivo in Wicked, Demi Moore in The Substance, and she also won. Carla
Yeah.
Sofia Gascon in Emilia Perez, Mikey Madison in Honora, and then Zendaya in Challengers. My pick here was Mikey Madison, but I'm not mad that Demi Moore won. I think she did a great job,
Yeah.
and her speech was amazing. And this is another one of those things
Oh,
where it's
nice.
like, just because her speech was so good, I can now see her winning the Oscar. Like I think like
Yeah.
it's so like political in that way sometimes where it's like, oh, she gave a really good speech. She has a really great narrative. She has a wonderful story behind her. She's been in the industry a long time. Like nobody ever took her seriously, and now here she is. And it's like, damn, I can get behind that, especially with the substance being like as good as it is. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that at all. I do want Mikey Madison, but like she's a young, like new star. Like she will have more opportunities in the future. Um, so I'm okay with awarding the body of work here rather than the best performance, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was happy with Demi Moore winning. I liked her speech, but what do you think of Demi Moore winning?
I'm happy. She did
Yeah.
very good in the movie. Playing this sort of two bodies as
Hmm.
one person, but two
Yeah.
separate people also. She pulled it off.
And the makeup and like
And
prosthetics later in the movie, like
yeah.
it's gnarly.
Yeah. She was very good
Yeah,
in
she
the
killed it.
substance, especially being like a downtrodden, like living past your prime, sort of
Yeah.
feeling like Hollywood actor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
she deserves to win.
This category was a little weird, but I'm very happy with the result. Best performance by a male actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Uh, the winner was Sebastian Stan for A Different Man. I'm very happy. Like that a lot. I like this movie a
Hmm.
lot, and I think a lot of people thought it was going to go to Hugh Grant for Heretic. I'm kind of glad that didn't happen.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
love Heretic. Um,
No,
I
it was
could have also
fine.
seen Jesse Eisenberg for Real Pain. I could have seen that happening. I think he did enough, but
Hmm.
I was like, if they're gonna get it right, it's gonna be Sebastian Stan, and they got it right. So I'm very happy with that.
Yeah,
I think Jesse Plemons, there's just too much going on in Kinds of Kindness for that to just be. He's like three different roles, kind of. So it's like, I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And he was good, but
yeah,
yeah, I think
he was
Sebastian
good.
Stan for Different Man
Yeah,
is a better pick.
I'm very happy with that as well. Best performance by a female supporting actor in any role. That was Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. I did like her in the movie. I thought she did a good job, but
Yeah.
I don't think she's a supporting actress. I think she's a lead, but
Hmm.
whatever. My
Yeah.
pick here was Ariana Grande. Like
Yeah, she's better as a supporter
she
for
did
the
really
for
good, like
yeah.
surprisingly, and Felicity Jones also was really great. Um, but
In
in the Brutalist, yeah,
Rules.
she was really good. But yeah, it was Amelia Perez, and it's probably going to be her winning this, which is is what it is. She's great in everything, so I'm not mad. Like I'm happy that she'll have an
Oh
Oscar
no,
now.
she's very good. Yeah.
But like, come on,
Just more Millie Perez, like really.
yeah, just too much. Uh, and then the one that we can actually bet our houses on is
That
best
one.
performance
Yeah.
by an actor in a supporting role. It was Kieran Culkin in Real Pain.
Yeah.
I think
Perfect. Perfect
it's
casting, perfect role,
every
perfect actor.
year every single year that I've been doing this with the Oscars, one of the supporting categories is so like slam dunk obvious before we get there. This year it's
Yeah,
Kieran Culkin.
yeah,
Like,
I agree.
there's
It
no
was so
way he
obvious.
loses.
Literally, like 10 minutes into the movie, I'm like, oh yeah,
He's gonna win. Yeah,
he's gonna win for supporting.
and that's in
It was so
here we are.
it was so clear.
Yeah, he's won every single time he's nominated for this. I think.
Really?
I think he's won every single supporting actor award so far
Wow.
in this early stages of award season. He's won every single time. So it's like there's no way. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, Guy Pearce is like despicable and the brutalist and like whatever. But like it's Kieran Culkin. There's no way.
It's Kieran Culkin, yeah.
Yeah,
He was so good.
yeah. Best director was Brady Corbet for The Brutalist. Pretty happy with that. I think especially once you see it, what he does with an $8 million budget is
Unbelievable.
staggering. Yeah,
Yeah.
he really did a lot.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready to
Yeah,
watch it.
he did a lot with a little. It feels like one of those like, and I don't want to hype it up too much, but like for me, it felt like one of those like great like American like sagas.
Yeah.
Like
That's
it's
what I've been
about
hearing all about.
it's
Yeah.
like the subject matter is like you're like this is a movie about this, but it's like no, it's about so much more. And it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Best screenplay went to Conclave, Peter Strawn. That's fine. I didn't
Again,
dislike it.
I know. I mean, yeah, when we first talked about it, I just really liked some of the speeches he
Yeah,
gave.
that's true.
Those were like really profound that I really liked a lot.
Yeah,
Um, so I'm fine with that.
yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, speeches are really good.
Yeah. We have three more movie ones, and then we can move forward. Best original score went to Challengers.
I
Happy
mean,
with that.
yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
really
should have
happy
been
with
Dune
that.
Part Two, but
I agree. Yeah, he was nominated for this one, so he
yeah,
could have.
it should have been, especially because he's not going to win an Oscar for it.
Yeah, they should have gave it to him.
You should have
I
flipped
did
him.
also really like the Brutalist score. But
Hmm.
I liked all these scores actually, except Emilia
Yeah,
Pérez. Yeah, the Brutalist, Dune, Wild Robot, Challengers, and Conclave were good. I didn't like Emilia Pérez. Did it even have a score? It just had fucking music numbers.
yeah. I just laughed because you're like, I liked all these except Billy Prez. Then you start listing off all the other ones. You're like, yeah, I liked all these
Yeah, no,
except
these were
Billy.
all great. Except I did forget Emilia Pérez was in this category again.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ah.
It
Well,
did win
one,
Best Song
yeah, I was saying one best
for
song. I
El
don't even remember
Mall.
the song.
This is the one. I'm not even gonna try.
Hang on, let me. I'm not even gonna try.
I'm not even
Hang
gonna
on, let
try
me
to
just
like start
see.
singing it. It's the one where
Let me
she's
see.
like at the dinner, like yelling at all the rich people.
Oh, I was gonna
That
say,
one,
yeah.
which
That's
like
like I remember
fine.
that.
That song was
Yeah,
fine.
I'm not
I
even gonna
think
look it up. I don't
I
even listen
think
to it.
what would have been fucking hilarious is if the penis and vagina like sex change one was nominated.
I see clips of that on YouTube on Twitter, and I'm like,
It's
like, oh, this movie won. This is an Academy Award, or this is a Golden Globe winner. This penis or
yeah,
vagina.
and then Wicked's like, are you kidding? Like Wicked's like, are you guys
Yeah,
joking? Yeah, nuts. And then my favorite, the most ridiculous category of all time, cinematic and box office achievement, went to Wicked. So Wicked did get an award, so that's good. Um, but this category is such bullshit, and I hate it. It doesn't even matter. Whatever. Fuck it. All right, let's
so
move on to the
stupid.
SAG nominations, and then we'll wrap it up after. Well, and then DGA as well. So for the, I'm just gonna list them off, and then we'll talk about like any of the big surprises. Outstanding performance by a male actor in a leading role is Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet, Complete Unknown, Daniel Craig, Queer, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Rafe Fiennes for Conclave. This is exactly the same as our drama category, except there's no Sebastian Stan for Trump, whatever, The Apprentice.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
so, that's probably your Oscar 5, with the exception, I think maybe Daniel Craig is the only one that might miss. Um,
Yeah.
you could take him out very easily and put in who's you could put in Sebastian Stan for one of
I
those
was
movies at
Sebastian.
the Oscars.
I would probably say, yeah, probably say, what's it called? The one he won in for
Yeah,
Golden Globe.
Different Man, potentially. We
Different
could
man,
see
yeah,
that.
different man.
Female actor in a leading role was Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl. So she's popping up here, so she might go all the way for the Oscar nomination as well.
Yeah.
Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon for Emilia Perez, Mikey Madison for Nora, Demi Moore for The Substance. Again, the exact same five, with the exception of who missed here.
Pamela.
No, Pamela's here.
Oh.
Shit. Who's the other one? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This would be the drama one, right? Or no, I guess a lot of people miss because then you're combining both of them.
You combine both, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we'll just move on. Best performance by a male actor in supporting role. This one's weird. Jonathan Bailey for Wicked, which is this is the first time he's popped up. He was Fiero. He was like the guy on the horse that like comes to the school, like the hot guy.
Yeah.
He was nominated.
He wasn't like
I know
that good.
And you took out. I'll let me read the rest of them before I complain.
Yeah.
Yura Borisov for Anora, which he's been he keeps getting nominated, so he'll probably get an Oscar nomination, which is great.
Yeah.
Kieran Culkin for Real Pain, Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown, Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. Jeremy Strong might get an Oscar nomination too. Guy Pearce isn't here for The Brutalist, which is concerning. That makes me nervous. So seeing Jonathan, I don't think Jonathan Bailey is getting nominated for an Oscar. There's no way.
No.
I don't like that Guy Pearce missed this. But I mean, again, it doesn't matter because Kieran Culkin is going to win. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but yeah.
Yeah. Female supporting actor was Monica Barbero for A Complete Unknown. She played Joan Baez.
Joan Baez.
Joan Baez. Yeah.
She was really good. She actually was very good. She looked a lot like her. She was very good in that.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis for The Last Showgirl. No.
Oh, she was in it? I didn't know she was in it.
She was in it. No. She wasn't in it enough. And she wasn't very good. I feel the same way about, like, I feel insane because I like Jamie Lee Curtis a lot. Like, she's fun and whatever, but, like, we gave her an Oscar for Everything Everywhere. Like, let's chill. Like, she's fine. And she was not she was not even that good in The Last Showgirl. I feel bad because I liked the movie and I like her in the movie, but Jesus, we don't need to nominate I love that there's still video for this, so they just saw you sneezing on mute.
Oh, I know, I muted though. I muted. They didn't hear it, but they saw it.
It's a good point. I shouldn't have even brought it up. It's fine. Danielle Deadweiler for The Piano Lesson. Haven't seen that one, so that's one that I gotta circle back to. Ariana Grande for Wicked, and then Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. Selena Gomez isn't here, so that's good.
Yeah, God.
Outstanding performance by a cast. So this is like
I like this as a category.
I do too. This is their best picture. So they don't do best picture, they do best cast because it's the Screen Actors Guild. So I guess
that makes sense.
Yeah, this is why you have like Joan Baez and you have like Jonathan Bailey nominated because they're awarding the ensemble.
Yeah.
So A Complete Unknown, Anora, Conclave, Emilia Perez, and Wicked. No Brutalist, unfortunately.
Tough.
But
yeah, the Brutalist should be in here. Take out Emilia Perez, put in the Brutalist. Then this is a very stacked list.
Yeah.
Because if you consider in outstanding performances, like all these are pretty good. I would say, again, you take out. I'm not even gonna consider Emilia Perez. Just put in the Brutalist. I haven't still seen it. I think like Wicked might be the weakest if it's like a total cast.
Yeah.
Because Anora was really good. Conclave is really good.
I think Anora's my pick.
And A Complete Unknown is really good too, because you got like 2 or 3 of these really famous people that were very entertaining to watch in a movie. On top of Timothée Chalamet playing Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
I think I still think you pick Anora because it's got second least if you include Emilia Perez, and all these people are so strong in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there is a lot of people in A Complete Unknown. I could see A Complete Unknown pulling ahead, or maybe even Conclave.
Yeah, I do like Conclave. I think Conclave's like sneaky, but I don't think it's gonna win for this. I think my pick would be like Conclave just because everyone's so good.
Yeah.
I think A Complete Unknown as a movie just was too weak, but if you consider just the performances, I could see that winning. Again, Anora, I think given the limited cast and how everyone's amazing in it.
Yeah.
That should win. And Wicked's like, fine, it's there. I don't
Yeah.
think he should win.
I think this would be our best indicator yet. Like whoever wins here would be the one to look at, I think, for Oscars.
Okay.
I don't know when this happens. Oh, it is live on Netflix February 23rd. It says up
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
So, okay.
Five, eight, five Eastern, or eight Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Yeah. And we also have Stunt Ensemble, which I like, but I'll talk about that real quick. Deadpool and Wolverine, Dune Part 2, The Fall Guy, Gladiator 2, and Wicked. That's I'm glad that they have the recognition. I don't really have a dog in that race. I think Dune Part 2 probably. Or honestly, Gladiator was pretty gnarly too. Just in terms of
Yeah, there's a lot
stunts.
of yeah.
Or Fall Guy. What am I talking about? Fall Guy is literally about stunts. Um,
I was gonna say, yeah, I haven't seen Fall Guy. I meant to watch it because Ryan Gosling, but
yeah. I don't know. But I like Fall Guy winning. I don't hate that. I would be
yeah, that's
excited about
fine.
that.
It's a movie about
Stunts.
the topic. It
Yeah.
should probably win.
Yeah. But also, Dune.
Yeah, yeah, Dune. Yeah, I saw something about Dune not being in like enough things, and
It's
it
starting
is
to get shut out
concerning.
a little bit, and I'm getting
Like
nervous.
again, it should this that should be in this outstanding performance by a cast. That should actually be
Yeah,
in this.
that
Take
should.
out take out take out Millie Perez and probably Conclave.
I think the problem with that would be because like who do you as an ensemble I agree with you, but like when you like look at and this is why I don't love like some of these like other bodies besides the Oscars because it's like if you look at like the ensemble thing, that's why I think like the Jonathan Bailey thing is happening because it's like they need to award the ensemble, so they need to nominate other people in the movie outside of that. So it's like, but
Mm,
that the only thing with that is like in Dune, like who do you nominate? Like solo, I guess like what's his name, Javier Bardem
yeah,
potentially. Like I liked
yeah.
him. I
Hmm.
think the mom too. I think Rebecca Ferguson was really good.
Oh, Lady Jessica,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think she could be a good supporting nomination. But like, there's no lead that I would nominate. Again, Timothy Chalamet, but he's already there for A Complete Unknown. So it's like,
Yeah.
what do
Yeah,
you
that's
do?
sad. It is really annoying that because Dune came out so early, it's not getting like any
It's getting shut
recognition.
out. Yeah,
But it is like the best movie of the year.
it is
Let's be
for
real.
sure. And it's like also, it's going to win all those tech nominations because like a lot of these like other awards bodies don't have tech categories, like even including Golden
Hmm.
Globes. So like when we get to the Oscars, like Dune's gonna walk away with quite a bit because there are like tech nominations, like
Oh
sound and
yeah.
sound mixing and
Hmm.
all that shit. And I mean, not score unfortunately because it's shut out, but um, such nonsense. But whatever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And then we got DGA. This is basically just a Best Director nomination. So we have Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez, Sean Baker for Anora, Edward Berger for Conclave, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, and James Mangold for Complete Unknown. Unfortunately, all guys. Um,
Yeah.
I
You
really
should have.
do. I want The Substance to stick around, and I think I would take
I was gonna
out
say the
Jacques
substance
Audiard for
should have
that
been. Yeah.
because like I don't know why he's here. And even James Mangold, like it was fine. It wasn't very
Yeah, yeah,
super
no,
well
that
directed.
shouldn't be here. Again, you take him out, put in Dune too.
Oh
Take out Millie
yeah,
Perez. Again, take out Millie Perez, put in what you just said, the substance.
yeah,
That's
dude,
better.
Denis
That
getting
makes it so much
fucked
better. Yeah. I'm upset
again.
because he's my favorite director, and just because he made a movie in March that came out instead of like June, it like lost all this traction.
I
Because
keep
again, when it
forgetting
came
about
out,
Denis,
everyone's like, "This is amazing," and everyone loved it, and everyone thought it was amazing.
and it's like a tremendously like spectacular film.
Yeah, the ending is so good. Oh God, I gotta go see Dune 2 again.
I know I need to watch that again too. That's been on
And
a
it's
rewatch
and
for
it's
me.
so good you don't have to watch the first one. You could just
I
go right into
know.
the second one and
I
just be like, all
agree.
right, this is a great time.
Yeah. Last but not least, before we sign off today, the BAFTA nominations. These are this is another awards body that like a lot of these things like these nominations are good because like they give us a clear indication of like what we're going to be looking for the Oscars. Uh, so it looks like our big five are these ones here. So best film: Anora, The Brutalist, Complete Unknown, Conclave, and Emilia Perez.
No,
Um,
Dune 2.
no, Dune 2. Yeah, Dune 2 is like quickly becoming like the bottom five, which sucks. But like that's what we're at. Um, Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Again, take
Can
out
you
Millie
imagine?
Perez. It's not that good.
No, it's not.
I just
Imagine
I
if
just
Dune
don't.
doesn't get nominated for Best Picture. Can you imagine? Because there's
I'm
10
just
slots. Like,
I'm just getting
it
really
should.
upset that Millie Perez keeps getting put in, and it's like you have Dune too, which is literally like it's not even a comparison. Like
No,
it's clearly so much better.
I know. No,
Ugh.
it's terrible. But hey, that's such is life.
I'm happy
Um,
Nora's there though.
I am
That's
too.
nice.
Yeah, Honora.
You could
I'm
have
happy
shut that
Honora is
out,
like
but
such a big
yeah,
contender.
you could have easily put in Wicked, and it would have been like, all right, no Nora, but you put
Oh
Wicked
yeah, no
in.
Wicked here, huh? Oh, Wicked's also like a big one. I guess Wicked might be number 6 for like best chance. Um,
Yeah.
but outstanding British film. I haven't seen any of these really, but Bird, Blitz,
Except
Conclave.
Gladiator 2, Conclave.
Yeah, I mean I've seen some of them. Conclave, Gladiator 2, Hard Truths, Kneecap, Lee, Love Lies Bleeding, The Outrun, and Wallace and Gromit. Um,
Yeah, I've heard it's good though.
a lot of these are like local, so I think that's why this is like their
Yeah,
best picture. So like yeah, Gladiator
yeah.
2, Hard Truths I heard was really good. Kneecap is like a big one here apparently. Love Lies Bleeding I enjoyed, and then yeah I haven't seen Wallace and Gromit, but like did hear that was great. Um, leading actress Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon for Emilia Perez, Marianne Jean Baptiste for Hard Truths. There it is again. Mikey Madison for Nora, Demi Moore for The Substance, and Saoirse Ronan for The Outrun. I'm glad she's picking up some stuff because she did 2 movies this year and both were totally shut out. So The
Yeah.
Outrun's there.
Oh, I mean the Blitz is here though, at least
Yeah,
in outstanding British film.
Blitz and The Outrun. So
Yeah,
she's
both there.
she's a BAFTA,
Yeah.
darling. So that's
Yeah,
good. I just did leading actor, Adrian Brody, The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet, Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ray Fiennes for Conclave, Hugh Grant for Heretic, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. I don't like how some of these awards bodies have 6 nominations. It's kind of
and
annoying.
yeah, some have. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I like Adrian Brody here. But those are our nominations. Supporting actress: Selena Gomez, Emilia Perez, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Jamie Lee Curtis for The Last Showgirl, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, and Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. Um, yeah, I think we're seeing like the other, you know what I mean, like the number 6 choice whenever we see these. So like Isabella Rossellini, what are you doing here? Um,
Yeah, she was in Conclave for like literally one scene.
yeah, yeah.
So
And then we've got supporting actor Yura Borisov for Nora, Kieran Culkin for Real Pain. There he is.
that's our
Clarence
winner.
Macklin for Sing Sing, which is like a big one. Everybody's really happy about.
That actually is a big deal because I think
Yeah,
he was the guy that actually was in jail
yeah. He's like the real guy.
and became rehabilitated because of the program. Yes,
Yeah,
that's a big nom for him.
he's the one that keeps getting snubbed. I kept forgetting. So he's the one that keeps
Hmm.
getting snubbed. So maybe we can see him be an Oscar nom. Then he'll be one of the
That'd
five.
be
That
nice.
would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. To actually have someone like who lived and actually was in jail and became rehabilitated because of a program like that.
Hmm.
That's like very powerful. Like that's how you have to bring people back into society.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and it's a great story. So hopefully there's a nomination there. And like again, it's the visibility of Sing Sing is the real issue there, but
Yeah.
hopefully it's able to kind of pull through.
Yeah.
Edward Norton for Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. Again, Jeremy Strong keeps popping up. I liked him, but he keeps coming around. Director, here we go. Ed Nora, Sean Baker, The Brutalist, Brady Corbet, Edward Berger, Conclave, Denis Villeneuve for Doom Part 2.
Oh,
Uh,
there he
yeah,
is.
there he is. Jack
Oh,
Odiard
thank
for Emilia
God.
Perez, and then Coralie Fargeau for The Substance. So
Again,
no James Mangold here. So we're able to put in the 2 that we want. Also while dealing with Jack Odiard for Emilia Perez, unfortunately.
yeah.
But yeah, we got our 2 back in here, so I'm happy about that. Uh, hopefully he could pick up the BAFTA win for this.
I would love,
You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that would be
Just sad.
tremendous. Yeah. That's we can stop there. But yeah,
We can stop there.
that's because there's just so much shit. Yeah, this was a big undertaking to talk about all these nominations. But I am seeing Nosferatu pop up here a little bit, so that's good. I'm seeing Nosferatu get cinematography nomination,
Mm,
score, and production design, makeup and hair. So that's cool. I'm glad Nosferatu might be one of those kind of
I was gonna
nominations.
say yeah, like it really actually isn't in much of
No,
anything, which is sad.
no, yeah, Nosferatu is another one that like I think we knew before we saw it that it was gonna get a little shut out.
Yeah,
Um, but visual effects, Better Man's there.
that's fair. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh my God, I keep mixing this movie up.
What
God,
did you think it was?
I thought it was a different man.
No.
Or,
No, no,
or
nope. Visual
I
effects
thought it
is
was
Better Man, the
Sebastian
monkey.
Stan.
Nope.
I was like, okay, that's fine.
Nope, monkey.
Sorry, I was looking at other movies this guy Emilia Perez director made. I was seeing if like anything else was even good, and there's a movie came out in 2009 called The Prophet, which has really good reviews.
Okay.
And then, but I'm looking at Emilia Perez, and it's like it's a crazy flat line of just like ratings.
Yeah.
Um,
Ugh,
God, yeah, Better Man. We're gonna go see that because
we have to.
uh we have to because it got an awesome tacular.
From
And if
Jeremy
you know, you
Jones.
know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh,
Um.
Before we wrap up, I'll just go over. This is like the last thing here. The top
Mhm.
nominees. So Conclave actually led the way with 12 noms, so that's good.
Mm.
Emilia Perez second with 11. So we need somebody to root for these trying times, and I'm glad Conclave was able to pull ahead. Um, Coming in third with 9 nominations was The Brutalist. Uh, 7 nominations, all tied: Anora, Dune Part Two, and Wicked. 6 nominations for A Complete Unknown and Kneecap, and then 5 nominations for Nosferatu and The Substance. So that's
Is this
good.
for the BAFTA?
This is
The
all for
BBC?
BAFTA. This whole thing. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's that on that. But yeah, so that that has been this episode of Awards Bait. This was probably our longest one yet. But we had a
And you
big.
wanted it to be the shortest.
I didn't want it to be the shortest. I wanted it to be shorter because whatever.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
we made it.
We made
We
it. We
had a
got
lot
through it.
to catch up on, and
Hmm.
I'm glad I got to catch up with my pal and
Oh,
also
of course. Yeah.
entertain the masses
Hmm.
with all the goings ons of the awards
I
race.
like I like that we're both next week. We're both flipping movies. I'm seeing Brutalist. You're seeing Sing Sing.
Isn't
It's
that
gonna be
nice?
it's gonna be good.
Isn't that
It's
nice?
gonna
And
be
then maybe we'll
nice.
both go see Nickel Boys together. Because you know
That
what?
that'd
We're
be
a couple
nice.
boys, aren't we? We're a couple of boys.
Well, yeah. That'd be nice.
That would be lovely.
That'd be a good time.
We're the Thompsons. Um,
Thompson Brothers.
yep. So that's like my last big one, I think, is Nickel Boys. And then potentially something.
Mine would be the Brutalist, I think.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
God. I just
Well,
Millie
anything you want to
Perez.
plug or talk about before we sign off here, Ron?
Um I hope it doesn't win Best Picture.
Yeah, me neither.
I just really upset. I hope
I
Dune 2
lose faith.
is a
Is there?
nomination.
Yeah. At the
I
very
really
least,
hope
that's all
so.
we can hope for. I think it will. I think it will for sure.
I should be, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the
But
best.
no, not the plug. Just happy to be back watching movies, getting closer and closer to the
Yep.
Oscar awards
We're getting
episode.
sleepy.
Yeah, we're getting sleepy. It's okay though. It's okay.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Pretty exciting stuff was happening. We just continued filming Acts of Violence, if you can believe it. Hopefully we're on the home stretch now. We got one more, hopefully 1 or 2 more shoot days ahead of us, and then we'll be ready to go. But yeah, guys, release was at the Norwalk Film Festival. That was pretty fun. That's pretty much all I got. Subscribe to the Galaxy Film YouTube channel. Big thanks, as always, to my good friend Ron for joining us here tonight. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one with those Oscar nominations. That'll be very exciting. We'll have a lot to talk about with that.
Yes.
That's kind of where it all comes to a head. So once we get those, we'll really get a clear picture for what's happening. And then we'll have basically 2 months of us coming up with episode ideas without anything to talk about aside from, all the movies we saw. And yeah, because we will have seen everything at that point and we will know the nominations. So we are fucked for 2 months. All right. Well, we'll worry about that when we get there. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for tuning in as always. And we will see you in the next one. Hope everything goes well with those California
Yeah.
listeners, and also,
Hmm.
yeah, hope everything is okay, and that they're able to get those nominations to us safely. So, thanks as always, and we will see you in the next